Become a podcast buddy now and get exclusive access to the new podcast episodes. You can find more information about this on my website schulze-kopp.de.
Welcome to this podcast.
Water Polo Expert Talk. Get the insights. I have also, the question or the idea that it's somehow over these long period of time not so easy to motivate yourself like at the very beginning of your career. So you have so many victories and played in so many countries, several teams, so many titles, tournaments, whatever. Do you have also some kind of trouble sometimes to motivate yourself, or do you have a difference between at the very beginning and right now?
No, not at all, Andreas, to be honest. Totally.
This is the right answer, yeah.
Yeah. Not at all. Like, I think when I was young, I've had a lot of motivation, but I was always like spending and losing time with many stupid things, thinking about many things and fears, and it was always like projecting to the future things, and last, I don't know, 6-7 years, I was really enjoying every training session and every game, and I'm still learning. And it's not like I'm like this motivation book, like a self-motivation book. Like, I mean, I'm really still learning, and I love to do it because the game changed so much that there is always motivation to keep learning and improve your game and change your game, because my body changed, my mental issues changed. So it's I won't say even every year, every week, it's completely different situation, and it's always a issue to adapt.
Yeah. So which is also, by the way, maybe some good point to say, okay, even if I already won so many titles and games and championships, I'm still learning, and I recognize this by myself, that I'm still learning and I need to enlarge my skills, and I need to learn. So I think this is also a very important point in this case. So that
I guess,
also for yourself.
Yes, Andreas, but I think more than this, like you were talking, you won many titles, but I really, really don't think about it, because okay, it was there. It was like last year, let's say it was like, but this week I'm just like working to won the Champions League, I don't know, or the Spanish Super Cup. So I think it's just losing time thinking like, okay, I won this, I won that. Like, for me, it's really doesn't matter. I'm totally focused on the week and how to be prepared for what is coming. And I don't know, it's my way to see the sport. It's my way. Everyone has their own way, but my way, it's just like that. And this is really keeping me motivated, because I really, really don't think a second about what's happened like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year. Just like, okay, how can I be prepared for what's coming?
Yeah. So it's nice to have or nice to know what you have already achieved, but it's not really the final goal. Also the main aspect on that. So
because I think this gives you some like alibi, like, okay, I'm not playing well, but okay, I won last year. No, not like last year, it's over. So you are not playing well now. You need to work more. You need to be more focused. I don't know. You need to prepare better to the game. And at my case, like from my perspective, I'm always feeling better to have this approach to the sport, not thinking like looking back always. Because even if I look back, there are too many things to look back, too many years. So it's better to forget all these things.
Absolutely. So there are so many things. Absolutely. So it's maybe then easier to concentrate on the next few things coming up the next couple of weeks, months, years, whatever. So in this case, it's easier to have the focus. Yeah, and absolutely agree on that. That's absolutely also from my opinion or my view, it's the better approach on this. Yeah. When you really won, yeah, so not coming back to won so many titles, do you still remember the first title in Spain, for example, after coming over to Europe?
The first title in Brazil, you mean?
Okay, yeah,
Or
so
in
also
Spain?
in Brazil, maybe, yeah. Maybe
Was
both, yeah. So you won both,
yeah,
both in both countries.
I think the like my first year in Spain, I was playing in Club Natación Barcelona, which is like neighbor of Barcelona where I play now, and and I was playing with my brother, and it was nice because we won the Spanish league and we won the Land Cup. It was many players like Ivan Perez was there with us, uh, Guillermo Molina, Xavi Garcia, many guys that I was playing with them many years. It was this first year we won the league and the land, which was really nice. And in Brazil, I think before I went to Spain, we won the Brazilian league, and I was playing with many of my friends, like my life friends, to say like these guys that
Mhm.
many of them I grew with them, and it was two different stories, but I have something in my memories that of those moments.
Yeah, so maybe also some special moment then is really, as you mentioned at the very beginning, that you also attend the Olympic Games in Rio with the Brazilian national team. I would say, well, I would guess that this is also some kind of special. Yeah. So when you are born in Brazil, going to Spain, and then for the Olympics in Rio, you really, yeah, not going back, but you play for your home country then, the Olympics. So was it so special then also for you?
Yeah, it was one of the best moments of my life. The feeling to represent. We talk like Brazil, but I don't feel that it was like I'm representing my country. I was really representing community of people that
Mhm.
was struggling to keep and grow the sport in Brazil, and the Olympic Games was a unique opportunity for them. And and as I mentioned many times, like Brazil, it's, let's say, a development country, and so the sport, it's not just like the medal, but it's how many kids you get to play the sport, no?
Yeah.
And with the Olympics, many kids from poor parts of the Rio, poor parts of São Paulo was starting to play water polo, and this is make me so happy that we are able, with all the Olympic movement, to make the sport bigger in the country. And the moment that we won against Serbia in the group stage, this was like everybody. In that moment, it was everybody in Brazil. Really, they were, because the soccer was not doing well, and we won. So it was like a huge moment, big moment for the Brazilian water polo.
Also, this moment then was maybe your specific individual special moment of the Olympic Games, or are there any yeah, let's say impressions, memories, thinking back to the Olympic Games? Because why I'm asking that is I also talked to other Olympic attendees, for example, saying, okay, when you the first time attend the Olympic Games, it's hard to concentrate on the sport, yeah, because there are so many impressions coming
Yeah,
to your mind, and the socializing other countries, other sports, other athletes. It's not so easy to concentrate on your daily business, yeah, so
yeah,
it's really hard.
absolutely. And Rio was my third Olympics, but the thing that it was in Brazil, that many people that didn't even never saw World Polo game, never followed, they were they had tried to call you to come to watch the games. It was a lot of things that maybe can, but it's part of our job. These things happen,
Yeah.
and it's really important to keep the focus.
Yeah, yeah. And right now, maybe coming back to the actual situation. So right now we have exactly this event coming up next year in Paris again. So I would assume that this is also the next the next big goal also for you and your Spanish guys from the national team, right? So it's again something special.
Yeah, we need to qualify first. So,
Yeah, so at
and
least to be honest, from my point of view, it's not, yeah, you have to qualify officially, yes,
yeah,
but I would not say that you are not going to Paris next year.
hope that you're right. But I think like in water polo, we have the club competitions, and then this year we had like the European Championship, and then we have the World Championship. So in Doha, so
Yeah.
we have so many things before the Olympics. So first, I hope that I get to the Olympics, but I'm really now, let's say, I'm really focused on my team Barceloneta that we are preparing to the Champions League, and our first game will be against Spandau. So, and I think this
Okay.
is like, yeah, of course, there is this Olympic dream. It is somewhere in my mind, but there are so many things before that I don't try to think too much about this.
Yeah, yeah. So, which is also the same thing we already discussed before. Yeah, so that we don't think about too much also on the past, but concentrate on the next goal. Yeah, so the next goal is then really January, February, then where we have the next big tournaments, and after this, then we have Paris. But when we are talking about early next year, about the World Championship, Europe Championships, and so on, so what do you think about the schedule? Is it too much from your point of view? So I know we can maybe schedule a whole episode only on this topic, but I think it's clear. Yeah, so I don't want to change the roles with you at the moment, to be honest.
But Andreas, I'm to be honest, I have a little bit different point of view for many people.
Okay.
In that sense, like I am in World Aquatics Athletes Commission right now. So maybe I got this view of the other side too, you know? And I think like it's true that after pandemic, many countries they got the rights to organize this tournament, and it's the thing that we need to adapt. There is no other way. Like we don't need to think too much. But as an athlete, of course, it happened. All those things because of the pandemic. So this is how the schedule is. But look, Andres, I love to play. And it's okay. What was the other option? Like be training. So maybe
so it's
too
easier
many competitions.
to play. Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe it's too many competitions. Yeah, that's true. But every time that we play a World Championship, the people follow water polo. So what's the problem? Is the World Championship, or maybe it's the Spanish league that no one watch the games and no one knows the results? So of course there is a balance. The clubs are really important to our sport, and but we played many competitions which doesn't make too many sense. But when we play the World Championship, everybody follows, or we play European Championship, everybody's following. So I'm a little bit, my point of view, it's a little bit different. So of course, this year it was crazy. It was too packed, everything. That's true. It came from pandemic, as I said before, but I'm enjoying to play World Championship. I'm enjoying to play European. I'm not like, and it's funny because it happened that I saw many coaches that they don't know because it's too many games. And then when we have free, they organize tournaments or they organize training session with other clubs. So in the end, like we love to play. This is the truth.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely agree with that. And yeah, to be honest, I do not have really these point of view. Yeah, before our discussion right now, but also this makes sense. Yeah, to say okay, we need these kind of tournaments because we would like to have the audience. Yeah, and we only get the audience when we play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make absolutely sense. I absolutely agree. Good point. Yeah. So mentioned at the very beginning. So we have during this episode today the first time that we have really received so many questions also from the podcast audience. So and I would like to move it over to the new special part here with the questions from the listeners. So let me see what we have here. First question, what was the maximum swim distance in one day for you? So it's not really easy to remember, maybe.
Not easy to remember, but
based on your practice schedule at the moment.
Yeah. I think I will give this gift to Ratko Rudic. Ratko Rudic was my coach when I was playing with Brazil, and he's really well known because of his trainings, which was really hard. And I think with him, one day we swim of course, in 2 sessions, but we swim I guess 8,000 meters, something like this, 4,000 in the morning, 4,000 at night. So. I think it was probably with him.
Okay, yeah. So which is enough, I would say, for most of us.
Yeah.
What was the next question? What was the hardest thing to achieve in water polo? So hardest.
Everything has the moment, but I think I was. To get the gold medal in the World Championship was I've worked a lot to that because I lost the final in 2009 when we were playing against. Our team lost on the 2009 the World Championship in Rome against Serbia in penalty shots, and then in 2019 we lost the final against Italy, that they were much better than us, and finally on 2022 we reached to won the gold medal, and it was amazing. And this was the World Championship, but on the European Championship we lost the final in 2018 on penalties against Serbia, and we lost on the final in 2020 against Hungary in penalties. So it was a really relief when we won finally in 2022.
Okay. So then we have a special question from our friend Vuksanovic. Greetings, by the way. Will your nephew be better than you?
We were talking about make pressure, no? From the beginning.
Yeah, it's somehow an insider, but we do not want to give any pressure to anyone here.
No, I mean, my nephew he's playing really well. I don't know what will be his future as an athlete, but he has a really, really good work ethics. He's I think he came here like me with 16 years old, and he's living in the national center. He's dedicating a lot himself to the sport, and I don't know what he's going to reach, but I'm 100% sure that he's doing a beautiful. He's constructing a beautiful story in the sport. Not just in the sport, in the view of the sport, but in his own view. I think he's doing something beautiful for him and for his life.
Okay, cool. So who was your idol when you were little?
Manela Estiarte and Antonio Azevedo. I think they both were really, really important for me. They both are not big guys, so it's important to find a role model that it's not there are guys that are amazing, I don't know, Tamas Kashas, but they're 2 meters, and so it's difficult to feel that one day you can be like them, no? So I was always looking to Manel Estiarte, Tony Azevedo, guys that and my brother. My brother was really, really important for me in my development as a player.
Cool. So we have, what is the next question? How and when do professional water polo players plan their professional careers after the active time? So we already mentioned this, that you do have a plan B or should have a plan B, but how and when do professional players plan their career?
I think from the beginning, we in Spain, we've had a bad experience in this sense because the Olympics was here in '92, so many athletes were just thinking on play these games, and when they finished with the national team, no one were helping them, and many of them were not prepared for this change and for this new life, to say like this. So we here, at least here in Spain, we have many good things. If you are a high level athlete, it's easy to get the university. So we almost all our teammates they finished the degree. Alberto Munari is the engineer. Michael Arumbe is the engineer. Alvaro Granado is almost finished like a lawyer. So we all I finished my university business. So we all almost try to be studying, because you can combine study and water polo. It's difficult when you got professional to work and play water polo, but at least you can prepare yourself, because when you finish, you don't know exactly which opportunities you're gonna have. So how much more things you know, it's easier to find a way to go with your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so next question: how does it feel to change, or how does changes in the team when you are been there for so long time?
This is like it's not easy. It's because when we play, we have it's not just playing. No? You are sharing like every day with those guys. Like we really feel like we are family. We are having training twice a day. We are like living difficult moments, good moments together, and then some of these guys are out of the team or they stop to play, and your relations completely change. And it's a really big issue. It's not easy. It's so sad, because the moment that you are living with these guys, it's a really special moment in their life, the feeling when you won a title, the feeling when you lost, that we really go deep in our relationship. So it's something that I'm always learning to manage, because it happens every year since I've playing many years. So this happened a lot. But from the other point of view, from the other side, there is always coming new players with new things and new guys that I can learn and I can share things. And so it's from one side it's a sad part of the sport, for the other side it's beautiful and to always learn with this with new players.
Yeah, so there are also both sides of the medal, in most of the cases. So what do we have again? So why do Spanish world class players play so rarely in other countries? So mainly in Spain and not in other countries.
Yeah, that's a good question. We talk about this, and I really don't know why. I think it's true that the life in Barcelona is pretty good. So this is
I can imagine.
Something that it's. And I think the second thing is, as I said before, we all was always trying to combine the game with our life. So many of the guys are doing university here. So I think this balance that we find here in Barcelona make more difficult for someone to move to the other country.
Yeah, because it's so you have everything you need. Yeah, so in terms of sport, water polo,
if it was more money, it would be better. But
okay, yeah. So
the studies.
So then we have to address the money question to somebody else maybe afterwards. So what do we have next? What advice do you give to your younger teammates before important games?
I think maybe one thing that a mistake that I did when I was young, it was to think too much and think too much on the result and what's happening if you won, what's happening if you lose. Spend too much energy on this thinking those things that don't make any benefit to you. So I'm always trying to help them to keep calm and to keep focus on the game and to stay in present, let's say like this. But it's not easy. Even for me, it's not easy. Many times I'm like need to do a really mental work to keep focus and come back, because it happens. Your mind many times start to go and then you need to bring back. So but we need to do this as fast as we can, and it's important to find a way to do this.
Okay. So what was the hardest thing to come to Europe from South America as a very young athlete?
I think leave my parents and my friends.
Mm.
Leave my parents and my friend was not easy because I was living at mom's house and and I have my all life friends and I leave them and come here searching for my dream to be a professional water polo player. But of course, they still my friends, but I lost that relation of day by day with them, and this was not easy.
Yeah. So what drives you personally to work with young athletes in camps again and again, also during these days?
I think I really, for me, it's so beautiful to see those kids getting love with this game, getting love with water polo. So I think it's something that other things of our culture, of our sport culture, that we didn't promote too much. We were not never like trying to make all those kids love the game and learn from the game. So for me, that those camps are an opportunity to be in touch with them and to make them love the sport. Because I think, like my story, one day I was this guy in Brazil that when someone from Europe come, I was look at them and trying to learn and try to. So I really have this feeling of the importance of the to be in those camps and try to promote the sport, the love of the sport.
Yeah. And also I could imagine that it's also some kind of motivation for these kids coming to the camps, seeing, okay, some guys like you came over and attend these camps as a coach or as a co-coach or whatever, that it's also a motivation for them. Yeah. So it's really also maybe an impact.
I hope so. And like during my career, I was always trying to really develop many things to play in high level, because I'm not tall like many of I'm 183 centimeters and many of the players now are 2 meters and more. So I was always trying to develop some techniques too, and for me it's a pleasure to share with them and yeah, like I said, like the love of the sport and to share the ways to play the game. It's a really pleasure.
Cool. So we have two questions left. So what is the best way to improve fast?
I think I think really improve fast is difficult, but I really believe in consistency. I think to learn it really takes time, and it's important to have these motivations and patience to be consistent. And in my opinion, I guess it's the best way, because but of course you need to be focused. Like it happens many times that you see someone saying, I'm working really hard. Okay, but are you really focused? Are you trying to develop your game? Are you trying to learn new things, or you're just doing and working, like? So I think the focus on the training session and the focus on develop your game and keep this in long term. If you ask it to me, in my point of view, this is like the way I think is the best way to improve your game.
Okay, cool. So, and now we have the final question. What is your workout routine? Routines.
Yeah, we have many routines. Yeah, I think everybody knows that water polo players are not like soccer, that they have one training session, 1 hour and a half, and that's over. We work a lot. Like we usually, in our team, we have like 3 hours in the morning and an hour and a half at afternoon or night. And when you go to national team, it's even more. So I think my routine it's much more oriented by our physical preparation, like our coach. But I think we are all going on the way that we're working much more the strength and everything in the water, not too much on the gym. The gym, of course, it's important, and we work a lot the gym too, but we are always trying to go on the specific movement and to be stronger on this specific movement, not like a bodybuilder, to say it like this.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so in this case, this was the last question coming from the audience. So I thank you for your time. It was really a pleasure to talk to you today. And I think or hope that it's was okay for you. Yeah. So hopefully can maybe continue these kind of talks somewhere in the future. Maybe then beginning of next year. So then we have some new topics to talk about, maybe. So for the meantime, I wish you all the best of luck. So for the next couple of weeks and days, so especially when you mentioned the Champions League or preparation for the league. So best of luck for the beginning of the next season. And hope to see you soon somewhere here in Germany. So you already mentioned Spandau. Yeah. So maybe then where I have the chance to come over to Berlin, maybe. So best of luck and thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much, Andreas. It was a real pleasure to me, and I've had a great time here talking with you.
Good to hear. So have a nice evening and enjoy your practice later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.